The Via Flaminia was an ancient Roman road leading from Rome over the Apennine Mountains to Ariminum on the coast of the Adriatic Sea, and due to the ruggedness of the mountains was the major option the Romans had for travel between Etruria, Latium and Campania and the Po Valley. Today the same route, still called by the same name for much of its distance, is paralleled or overlain by Strada Statale 3, also called Strada Regionale 3 in Lazio and Umbria, and Strada Provinciale 3 in Marche. It leaves Rome, goes up the Val Tevere, strikes into the mountains at Castello delle Formiche, ascends to Gualdo Tadino, goes over the divide at Scheggia Pass, 575 meters, to Cagli. For there it descends the eastern slope waterways between the Tuscan-Emilian Apennines and the Umbrian Apennines to Fano on the coast and goes north parallel to Highway A1 to Rimini. This route, convenient to ancients, is now far from it due to heavy modern traffic between North Italy and the capital. It remains a country road while the traffic crosses by railway and autostrada through dozens of tunnels between Florence and Bologna, a shorter, more direct route under the ridges and nearly inaccessible passes. History. It was constructed by Gaius Flaminius during his censorship. Sources mention frequent improvements being made to it during the imperial period. Augustus, when he instituted a general restoration of the roads of Italy, which he assigned for the purpose among various senators, reserved the Flaminia for himself, and rebuilt all the bridges except the Pons Mulvius by which it crosses the Tiber, 3 kilometers north of Rome, and an unknown Pons Minucius. Triumphal arches were erected in his honor on the former bridge and at Ariminum, the latter of which is still preserved. Vespasian constructed a new tunnel through the pass of Intercisa in 77, and Trajan, as inscriptions show, repaired several bridges along the road. In the Middle Ages it was known as the Ravenna Road, as it led to the then more important city of Ravenna. Following the end of the Exarchate of Ravenna, it fell into disuse during the Lombard period, but was partially reconstructed in the Renaissance era and continued to be of military importance down to the Napoleonic era and World War II. As the SS3 it remains one of the principal highways from Rome to the Adriatic. The importance of the ancient Via Flaminia is twofold. During the period of Roman expansion in the 3rd and 2nd centuries BC, the Flaminia became, with the cheaper sea route, a main axis of transportation by which wheat from the Po Valley supplied Rome and central Italy. During the period of Roman decline, the Flaminia was the main road leading into the heartland of Italy. It was taken by Julius Caesar at the beginning of the Civil War, but also by various barbarian hordes, Byzantine generals, etc. A number of major battles were therefore fought on or near the Via Flaminia, for example at Centenum and near Tadinum. In the early Middle Ages, the road, controlled by the Eastern Empire, was a civilizing influence, and accounted for much of what historians call the Byzantine corridor. Ancient route. The Via Flaminia starts at Porta del Popolo in the Aurelian walls of Rome. Via del Corso, which connects the Campidoglio to the gate, can be considered the urban stretch of the Via Flaminia. The road then runs due north, considerable remains of its pavement being extant under the modern road, passing slightly east of the site of the Etruscan Falarii, crossing the Tiber into Umbria over a bridge some slight vestiges of which can still be seen, the Pile di Augusto, for there it made its way to Ocriculum and Narnia, where it crossed the narrow river by the Ponte d'Augusto, the largest Roman bridge ever built. A splendid four-arch structure to which Martial alludes, one arch of which is still standing. It went on, followed at first by the modern road to Casuantum, which passes over 2 two finely preserved ancient bridges, through Castello to the Virtus Martyrs to Ursham, then Mevania, and thence to Forum Flamini. Later, a more circuitous route from Narnia to Forum Flamini was adopted, increasing the distance by 12 Roman miles and passing by Interamna Navas, Spilatium and Fulginium, from which a branch diverged to Prussia. From Forum Flamini, where the two branches rejoined, the Flaminia went on to New Syria Camillaria, whence a branch road ran to Septempeda and thence either to Ancona or to Talentinum and Salvia, and Helvelum, to cross the main ridge of the Apennines, a temple of Jupiter Apenninus standing at or near the summit of the pass according to one ancient author, for there it descended to Cales, where it turned northeast following the gorges of the Barano. The narrowest pass was crossed by means of a tunnel chiseled out of solid rock. A first tunnel apparently of the 3rd century BC was replaced by an adjacent tunnel by Vespasian. This is the modern Gola del Furlo, the ancient name of which, intercisor, means cut through, with reference to these tunnels. The modern two-lane road, the SS3 Flaminia, still uses Vespasian's tunnel. The emperor's dedicatory inscription still in place. Remnants of the earlier tunnel can also be seen. The Flaminia emerged from the gorges of the Apennines at Forum Sempronia and reached the coast of the Adriatic at Fanum Fortuna. Thence it ran northwest through Pesaurin to Ariminum. The total distance from Rome was 210 Roman miles by the older road and 222 by the newer. The road gave its name to a juridical district of Italy from the 2nd century onwards, the former territory of the Senones, which was at first associated with Umbria, but which after Constantine was always administered with Picenum. Remains. For an overview of the location of Roman bridges, see List of Roman bridges. Extant remains of the road consist of rare patches of pavement, but for the most part of bridges, listed here in order from Rome. From Rome to Narni, the Milvian Bridge, the Pile di Augusto Ponsanguinaro S of Narni, the Great Bridge at Narni. Along the western branch, Ponte Caldera, damaged in World War II. Ponte Calamone, both before San Gemini. Ponte Fonar near Acquisparta, a bridge just outside Acquisparta on which was built the church of S. Giovanni de Butrice. Ponte del Diavolo at Cavallara near Bastida. Along the eastern branch, Ponte Sanguinaro in Spoleto. Scanned remains of a bridge at Ponte Bari. After the branches rejoin at S. Giovanni Profiamma, bridge-like structure at P. Fanonicolis near Nocera Umbra. 3 bridges in the comune of Fossato di Vico. Ponspiano in Costiciro, an imposing bridge at Villasicar, blown up in World War II. 5 bridges in the comune of Cantiano, near Pontedazzo and Pontoriccioli. Ponte Maglio at Cagli, which appears to be partly of pre-Roman construction. Gallery at Furlo Pass. Other notable Roman vestiges along the road, aside from those within the individual towns, include a pair of tower tombs between Bevagna and Foligno, and along the eastern branch of the Flaminia in particular. In the area between Spoleto and Trevi, many small Romanesque churches, partly built of reused Roman stone, including a few inscriptions, mark the straight line of the road quite clearly. A small stretch of the road remains in the ruins of Castello, where it passes through the impressive Arco di Traiano. Sport. The road was used as part of the individual road race cycling event for the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome. In Rome, it runs past and gives its name to the Stadio Flaminio Sports Stadium.